Hello, Blake Bruni here from Trinity Whip Company, and we're going to go over another basic whip crack called the Reverse Cattlemams Crack. Now, the Reverse Cattlemams Crack is basically the same as the actual Cattlemams Crack. It's just going to go in the opposite direction, thus the name Reverse. Now, the Reverse Cattlemams Crack is definitely one of the trickier ones. I'd say after the Cattlemans, the overhand flick, and the sidearm flick, this is where you want to start getting into a crack like this. And this one can be frustrating just because so far everything else has constantly been throwing in front of them, not trying to get thrown in front and then crack behind them. So with this, as we talked about the Cattlemans holding this at around 12 o'clock and this being like 11 and 10, well, instead of bringing the full arc circle this way and cracking that way, I'm going to actually do the exact opposite and then bring it back. And just how you might do this when you learn instead of pointing out, I would say as you're doing this one, you're not really trying to target, so don't worry about trying to target it out. It'd be a lot better on this one to actually bring it through. You don't have to have that much body movement. You don't need to have that much arm movement on any of these. I can just use a wrist. But it's good to kind of add a little more body movement and maybe arm movement, especially as people learn to get this crack. Now, like the Cattlemans, I want to bring it up and pause so that'll get the weight shifted in the horizontal plane opposite of where I want to crack it before I crack it back. Now I'm kind of looking at you right now, so it's like I'm in front. But with my body, whether it's feet together, like I'll do an Australian double hand cracking, or leg forward, you want to make sure that you have it beside you, right? You want to make sure that it cracks away from you, not into you, not kind of around like this. You want to make sure that it passes just like your jumping rope, just like the Cattlemans jumping rope backwards. You want to know that it doesn't really go on your body. And when you bring it back through, it's important to have a follow through that carries that same place, not just to finish the crack so it doesn't do something like this. This is very common when people do this. And they'll throw it, and this is the way they're twisting it to get back and not following the right line. It just kind of comes back in their feet, and that'll make it really hard to be able to continue through with other cracks if you don't follow this true path back forward again. Now, if you want, it can be good to, after a reverse cattleman, always in with the real cattlemans. You guys, that'll help your follow through become more natural. Now, this is a pretty easy crack, just because it's like the cattlemans in reverse. But again, a lot of people have a hard time when they're new, worried about, is this straight? Is this away from me? Did it come around enough? Am I sitting in the back of my fall? There's a lot of things to learn on these, and while you're focusing on one element when you're new, you kind of forget the rest. You kind of forget that when you bring it around, they're so busy trying to do the follow-up, they're not realizing it's still there. They'll be like, they're more likely to get hit. So, when you teach someone, try to tell them that once again that I want you to always start with this. Do some practice cracks or practice swings, where when they bring it around and freeze, they see the whole whip in front of them, and they pause and feel the pull, just like the Cattlemans, waiting to feel the momentum, pull it back to crack. And make sure they make that their first habit, as opposed to actually making it crack, so that they're less likely to get antsy to crack it just because they're trying to do the follow-up now. So this is the Reverse Cattlemams Crack. Very important whip crack for double-handed routines and some single-handed routines. I hope you find this informative and beneficial to help you, or more importantly, help you help others. Maybe there's some angles in there, ways to think about, or danger zones you haven't thought about yet, just because you're more of a natural. But when you teach a lot of people regularly, you find out a lot of people have different problems with different things for different reasons, and you gotta sit back and look at it and see what the number one problem is and help them with it first. So, thank you. This is Blake Bruni. Appreciate you watching. God bless. Have a good day.